Jim Jordan is with us. Sir, welcome back to the program. You know, you have your committee looking into the weaponization of our justice system. Jonathan Turley, a Democrat, called this trial today an embarrassment. He watched, he said, in utter disbelief. He pointed out that, you know, the statute of limitations had passed. It's over 8 years ago, this case, and now they bring it with just 196 days before an election. They're trying to use a federal law that doesn't exist, that was rejected by Biden's own DOJ. If this isn't the weaponization of justice, Jim Jordan, I don't know what is. By the way, there's flames breaking out in New York City right now. Hang on. If this was CNN, you'd have a reporter on the air saying it's mostly peaceful. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sean, you're exactly right, and this is a continuation of what they've done to President Trump now for 8 years. So, but what gets me is the Department of Justice wouldn't bring the case, the Federal Elections Commission wouldn't bring the case, the previous District Attorney Cy Vance wouldn't bring the case, and even Alvin Bragg himself wouldn't bring the case until President Trump announced that he was running for president. And then one of his assistant district attorney resigns, goes public, and writes a book. And that pressure on Alvin Bragg and the fact that President Trump was running for office is why the case was brought. It's ridiculous. Everyone knows it. So that's what all took place before. But now you have the judge whose daughter has been involved working for all kinds of Democrats, and President Trump is not allowed to say anything. This gag order. And then, of course, last Friday, this was probably the worst of all. Last Friday, the judge said we may not have the prosecutors share with the defense counsel, with President Trump's lawyers, who they're going to call as witnesses. That always happens. There's always this courtesy. You get to know who they're going to call as witnesses, and they're thinking about not doing that even. That is how much they're out to get President Trump. And again, I think the country sees it for what it is. Just a continuation, as you said, the weaponization of government, this lawfare against President Trump, and frankly against so many others as well. But President Trump, of course, is the prime example.
Well, you had before your committee at some point, if I'm not mistaken, and the issue of their star witness is going to be Michael Cohen. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, Michael Cohen came in front of the House Oversight Committee a few years ago and lied 6 different times. We did criminal referrals. Michael Cohen even said under oath in front of the committee that he didn't try to get a job in the White House. Everyone knew that was false. I mean, all kinds of people called him out on that one. But yeah, this is their star witness. This is how they're doing their case. And meanwhile, of course, I think it's pretty obvious to everyone, while they're doing this to President Trump, Alvin Bragg's not prosecuting the bad guys in that city who are doing so much harm to residents there in Manhattan, not prosecuting the real criminals, instead being political, going after President Trump. But Sean, this started 8 years ago. They spied on his campaign. Then it was Robert Mueller. Then it was impeachment. Then they raid his home. Then it's the special counsel, Jack Smith, who indicts him in Florida and D.C. Then it's Fonnie Willis in Atlanta. Then it's Alvin Bragg. Then they tried the 14th Amendment. Now they're trying in this trial a gag order and not telling who they're going to bring as witnesses. That's how much they're out to get this guy. But he's going to win because the people see through it.
I got to tell you, like everything else, watch this backfire and blow up in their face. That will be my prediction. All right. Thank you, Jim Jordan.